Spawning in the top left here. He's down 1-0. He needs to win this game, bring this back. From Team Composite in blue is our Zerg player, DRZ. And his opponent in the bottom right in orange from, well, Azuzu, and also the admin team. It is Bozz. I have no idea what that is. Some anime thing? Don't know. I just don't know. It's not my place to know. So Bozz won that game pretty handily. Just a nice little, kind of quick. It wasn't even close to an all-in really. It's just he had speed done. He had the Banelings finished, so he attacked. I only think he made 2 Banelings total. So it was a very, very small gas investment for the amount of damage that it did. I think it killed something like 11 or 13 workers and killed off a few queens as well. And after that, DRZ was just in a really terrible position to actually try to come back in the game. This was not going to happen. And Bozz bided his time, got up to +2 for his ranged attack, and pushed across the map and absolutely crushed the small little force that DRZ had left over after everything that had already happened to him. Once again, Overlords are going to be kissing here momentarily. It is early game, so you know the excitement isn't existent. It's because it is the early game, but you know that's okay. These things happen. So here we go. Overlords love each other. Yeah. There's Overlord love, just passing each other. Saying, hey, what's up, guy? We're doing the same exact job. We'll see a hatch first here out of Bozz. Playing a little greedier this game, going for that 15 hatch before the pool. Whether or not he goes to gas after this or pool, we'll just kind of see how much of a greedy person Bozz decides to play. DRZ has gone for a pool first behind him, in the same style he played in the previous game as well. It is going to be pool before gas for Bozz here, so he's going to probably get his gas relatively quickly. Or he could just try to defend with queens alone if he were so inclined. DRZ's Overlord getting in, going to see this hatch first. And he's going to have a few decisions. He can put on a gas of his own pretty quickly and try to go for a lot of aggression, just knowing that his opponent clearly is going to have a later pool, but it's a little bit difficult to do that unless you're planning on doing that. And without a gas thus far, there's not too much that DRZ is going to be able to actually do here. Adding on the gas right now. First queen is on the way. His hatchery is also on the way. So both players are looking to just make this game go a little bit longer. Still no gas from Bozz here. His pool will be finishing up, so we're getting a couple queens here. One from his main, then his natural finishes up at the same exact time, so 2 queens on the way for him. Second queen not just yet on the way for DRZ, as his first one has not yet finished. His gas is finished, and 4 lings as well. He could poke across the map with these, but he's going to meet up with 4 lings of Bozz's as well. So both players just find a spot, find their niche, find their niche in this game. Find a way to make something happen, if anything. The Bozz is playing this gasless style thus far. Still nothing added on, just focusing on getting some queens out. Actually going up to another 2 queens, so go up to 4 at least. So he's going to be relying on queens to be able to defend. This is you do have to drop a tuber to be able to wall this off decently. You could wait for the creep to reach this edge here and wall off through this little direction. You can wall off with the geyser and still have just a queen back here walling that off. Just really a nice little bit of annoyance there. And already Bozz getting in with a few lings actually, and that's getting a little bit of damage. I think they already killed a couple drones here. They've already killed 2. Going to get a 3rd one as well. There we go, 3rd kill. And a couple lings are actually going to get out as well. So 3 workers for 2 drones. Or yeah, 3 workers for 2 lings. Excuse me. That's a pretty okay trade there. It's a pretty okay for sure. Pretty okay trade for sure. 540 here. Bozz is going to be adding 2 gases, so he's going to be able to go into whatever he wants to as soon as he decides to actually make some decisions in that line of thinking. Spine card coming down for DRZ. I don't know if he's worried about the same situation occurring as last game. Also getting a 2nd extractor. No bending nest yet for either player. Roachhorn is on the way for Bozz, as well as these 2 Evo chambers. So he's nice and walled up here. He's going to stay nice and safe from any sort of early aggression out of DRZ, using this extractor to actually help his wall off here. So he's being nice and tucked in back here. No problem at all. Bozz is actually skipping speed. Is not going to go for that, worrying about getting roaches and probably some upgrades as well for his first gas decisions of this game. Maybe even going up to lair before he even starts +1/+1. Have to wait and see what he decides to do with that, but looks like he's going to be taking a third base really quickly here. He's got the money to do it for sure. He's got the money to do it. So he may as well. He does have +1 on the way for his attacks. Hasn't yet started for the Carapace, but as he does have a third base on the way. 8 Lings in production here for DRZ, as well as the Baneliness is on the way. He's got his own +1 missile attacks on the way, but the problem being that Bozz, he skipped speed. He skipped all of these Lings, and he didn't lose 3 drones early. So once again, he's taken a nice worker advantage. He's got a 16 worker advantage right now over his opponent. And Bozz is now on 4 gas, got his lair on the way. Both players actually with their lairs on the way. Just again, the economy situation is in the favor of Bozz. Kind of what you expect to see in this kind of a matchup when the leagues are a little bit of a spread. 48 workers to 34. It's a pretty big deal at this stage of the game. First few roaches are on the way for Bozz. He's going to actually defend this third base that DRZ is now actually seeing. DRZ does have speed finish. He does have a few Lings, but not really enough to really pressure this base and actually force a cancel on that, especially with the amount of creep spread that Bozz already has, as well as having some roaches finishing up here. 1-1, about 60% done as well. So he's going to stay nice and safe over at this third base and get away with that kind of a greedy play throughout this entire game. He's going to get away with that pretty easily here. 4 roaches on the way, just starting to flood a good number of roaches here. Once again, he could be going just for 1-1, or he could be going for 2-2. Speed just now on the way for these roaches. So if he just goes for 1-1, he's not going to have speed to attack with those upgrades. It's still going to be a nice little advantage, as there is the Carapace is going to be a little bit further behind for DRZ. His ranged upgrade, ranged upgrade attack will be finishing about the same time here as +1 finishes for Bozz there. But DRZ is going to be trying to take his third base now, but it's just so far behind comparatively to Bozz that Bozz is going to be able to push across the map and deny this. And he sees it immediately, and he can roll across the map with his +1/+1 roaches and try to do a lot of damage to that. Finally, Ling speed on the way here for Bozz. He's going to be able to use that later on for some countering if he needs to, as well as his +2 attack coming in for those roaches. And he's just continuing to add on a bunch of roaches. A lot of army is coming out of the gate here for DRZ, but there's a pretty sizable disadvantage for him in that count already as well. 65 army supply to 42. DRZ just got supply block as a queen. Yes, a queen just killed an overlord over here. And there's just really great vision here from Bozz. He's able to see everything actually coming at him. Sees all these banelings waddling over. Past the watchtower. Not going to bother actually taking the watchtower down before you go attack. He doesn't know what the staging area necessarily is, but you can pretty much assume. He's got his roaches set up very nicely to actually defend this. I can imagine he will spread these out here momentarily, get a better arc on this. First few Lings going to pop on in here for DRZ and run into a bunch of roaches, and that's not going to go very well. And still, just the unit count is just awful. 34 roaches to 15. Bozz starting to actually chase some roaches down here. And meanwhile, he hasn't continued to make more. But he did just catch 95% of the army of DRZ there. 157 supply, 295 now. Looking a little rough here for our Blue Zerg player. Bozz pushing across the map. He's just gonna steamroll through this, it seems. Not too much over here. DRZ was able to add on a few more roaches in the time that it took Bozz to actually rock across the map, but that's not going to be nearly enough to actually stop this force. 93 armor supply to 58 here in favor of Bozz, and he's going to take out this third base, and he's going to start pushing into the natural as well rather quickly here. Or he's just going to walk away. I guess he's just going to walk away and wait a little bit longer, wait for that 2-2 to finish or something. He's got some Hydralisk maybe on the way. His Hydrogen did just finish up, so he could wait for those, or he could just kind of go for this. I mean, he doesn't have any vision. He doesn't really know what's up here. Completely doesn't know if there's a big disastrous force waiting up top for him. DRZ's roaches do have burrow and burrow movements, so he could try to set up a nice surround, but there is an overseer here now for Bozz, so he's going to be nice and safe from any sort of play like that coming out of DRZ. +2 attack has finished for Bozz. He's got +2 Carapace. Going to be finishing up here in just a few moments, and looks like he's going to be waiting for that once again. 11 Hydralisks have just popped for Bozz as well, so he may even wait for those to get across the map, or he could aim move them across the map and take out some overlords while he's at it. No, he's just gonna bring him across the map. Do what damage he can. These roaches are on their way. They are burrowed. The Overseer, I'm not sure where the Overseer went. There's the Overseer's whack over there. There we go. They are in vision now, but they got a decent little surround here if they all pop up at the same time. But they're just not popping up. They need to pop up. They're seen. They're in vision now. So that's kind of useless. A lot of damage was taken by the DRZ without actually, fighting his opponent. He popped up some of those roaches, but not all of them came up at the same time. Trying to win away from this now, but now we have 164 supply against under 100 now. Dropping down to 80. Bozz doubling the supply of DRZ, and DRZ is going to call GG there, so Bozz is going to take this series 2-0 and move on to the winner's match, which is going to be against Blaze.